What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chris, man. I'm here on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast, Conversations with CD. It is your boy Chris Drummond. This is episode 4. We are having my man, Mark Jeffries. The man played high school basketball, college basketball. He played professional basketball. He is now a coach, mentor, husband, father, and he has his own brand called GGT. GGT stands for God-Given Talent. And you know we're going to get him to talk about that. And we're going to get him to talk about a few more things, baby. So, yeah, without further ado, let's bring him on. My man. Yes, indeed. MJ. Good, baby.
What's good? What's good,
What's going on with you? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too, brother. You know, shorter haircut, glasses now. I like it. Look at you.
We all got to change over time.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, man. I love it. How's Amy, Genesis, Junior? How's all of them doing?
Good, man. They're doing good. I'm just chilling, hoping that you don't hear them screaming in the background. The kids going crazy, but they're doing good, man. They're doing really good. Kids are getting big.
Yes, they are. Yes, Genesis.
Yeah, man. How about you, man? How you doing?
Oh, you know me, man. I'm chilling out here in the A, doing my thing. You know, life of a sports reporter, baby. Life of a sports journalist. The grind never stops. You know what I'm saying?
Grinding. I see it. I love it.
Yes,
passion. I see the passion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you know we're gonna get into all things, including Lakers. We're gonna test your trivia, my boy. We're gonna test your Laker trivia because we know you're a hardcore fan. So we're gonna test.
Yes, sir.
But first,
let's get it.
We're gonna start off with childhood, man. I want you to talk about your childhood. Talk about the first time you fell in love with the game of basketball, playing early on, obviously high school years as well. Talk about that.
Man, so for me, to be honest with you, man, I was a late bloomer. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, and of course, you know what I'm saying, with us playing high school basketball together and we have that background, like that was when I really started falling in love with it, was during those high school years. Cause my first one was football. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that. Like I was big on football.
Okay.
My dad used to watch it all the time. My dad used to play. But one of the things, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, a lot of families, a lot of parents are different when it comes to priorities. And my dad, my parents, they weren't really necessarily going to invest their money in putting me in AAU or putting me in finding me a trainer. You know, like that's what I do now. And, and so, you know, like my dad was old school, you know, 25 years in the Air Force. You know what I'm saying? He was like, go down the street, go to the park and go work out. You know what I'm saying? And so, and you know how it is growing up, you know, especially when it comes to football, you know, a lot of that is like the kids that you grow up with, you know what I'm saying? And you hang out with. And and for me, I didn't necessarily have any direction when it came to that. It was just that, of course, I was blessed, you know what I'm saying, athletically and everything like that, okay, well, I'm good at this.
Right.
You know, and of course, you know, my dad being a big sports fan and us always watching football, watching NBA, just watching sports.
Yep.
That's kind of when the curiosity started coming in. That's when, you know, kind of being like a student of it, just being curious. And when we moved to San Diego, going into my freshman year back in, that was 2002, 2003. You know, so that's my freshman year, your sophomore year, I believe.
Yeah.
That's when we moved to San Diego, it was like, all right, well, I'm not going to play football anymore. I don't have any friends out here. I'm starting all over. Let me, and that's when I was kind of starting to get into basketball a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because my mindset was, well, I'm an athlete, you know what I'm saying? Let me do football. I think I even tried soccer, you know what I'm saying? But let me try the basketball thing out here in Kearney and here in San Diego. And it all started at Kearney Rec, Kearney Recreation Center, you know what I'm saying?
I know about that place.
Right off Armstrong Street, you know, walking down there, hooping, you know, that's when I met a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, going to school, Kearney High School's right down the street.
Yeah.
That's when, to me, especially my freshman year, that's when everything started clicking from a point of, like I just want to do this all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I just
Right.
want to, even though I didn't. Now that I'm a trainer, like now I understand. Like there's steps. You know what I'm saying? There's ways of really trying to improve the right way. But for guys like me, guys like you, guys like the guys that we grew up with, we were just out there playing for fun. We were playing,
Right.
going to the park, hanging
Right.
out.
Right.
Okay, it's basketball season. All right, we gonna play with the team.
Right.
Compared to now with what I do now, it's like, it's year round. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to work on the jumper, we got to work on the handle, we got to work on this. We got to break it down. You know what I'm saying? To where, like I said, how it was growing up.
Yeah.
And so for me, when you're talking about the childhood side of it, that's when like the passion really started happening for me when it came to basketball. You know what I'm saying? So childhood wise, from high school, right? Freshman year, played JV with you guys. Remember JV with Coach Kelly? You know what I'm saying? You remember Coach Kelly?
I do.
You know what I'm saying? And then getting that chance to get moved up to varsity my freshman year, like that just boosted up my confidence even more.
Right.
Sophomore year playing varsity, Coach Bronson, our high school coach during that time, telling me like, "Oh, you about to start? You're the only sophomore. I'm about to start you." You know what I'm saying? Boosted up my confidence even more. Junior, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, our junior year when we had, that was like our best team. You know what I'm saying? That, like I said, like being a part of that, and even then, I still didn't know what the hell I was doing. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about a standpoint of learning the game, taking care of my body, training all the time, working on my game and my skill set. I wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? And then my senior year, where all you guys left.
Yeah.
And and to me, like I always feel like with that group of guys, with you, Haroon, Robert, the Brandons, like even though you guys were ahead of me a year, like that was always my group. Like, cause I was, what I'm saying, Bow, David Pacheco, like so when you guys left, you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, that's when I really kind of locked in, right? When I was like, damn, okay, all those guys are gone. You know what I'm saying? Coach Bronson already telling me like, this is your team, da-da-da. And then that's when, which we'll get into later, I really kind of like started obsessing about Kobe. You know what I'm saying? And I've always been a Laker fan, but getting to a point where I have a coach telling me that you have a lot of potential and you can do this and we're going to give you more responsibility. Going into my senior year, that's when it's kind of started clicking, where I still didn't, looking back at it, I still could have done things better, but that's when the discipline started working. Like, all right, this summer, going into my senior year, I'm going to wake up every morning, go to Kearney Rec, and shoot 500 jumpers every day. And I never did that freshman, sophomore, junior year, right? I do that whole summer, right? Great season. I averaged like 22, San Diego All-Star game, first team All-Eastern League, and going through that experience, I had a taste of like, damn, like, okay, if you put in the work, you know what I'm saying? Like it just starts happening, and again, remember, I didn't get no offers. I didn't have no offers. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I remember, you remember Coach Ziegler?
I do.
I remember Coach Ziegler during the time was working at the San Diego Union Tribune. And I remember one day at practice, what was that?
There.
Yeah, is he? Is he still there?
He's still there. Yeah.
Wow. That's what's up. That's amazing. And I remember one time at practice, my senior year, he came up to me and was like, you made athlete of the week, San Diego Union Tribune. I want to take you to the thing. We're gonna get your picture taken. I was like, what? Like, oh, what? Like that's you always see the guys on the newspaper, like, damn, he got athlete of the week. You know what I'm saying? And I remember, I had a game, I think we played against Mission Bay. I dropped 32 points. We lost by like a buzzer beater. And then the next game I dropped 35. I hit the buzzer beater. I went like 12 of 17 from 3-point range combined in both those games. I remember. Wow. That's, if you think about it, that's 17 threes and I only missed 6.
But pretty impressive. That's impressive.
Right? And I remember when he took me, to that, when he took me to the thing to get my picture taken and everything like that, like I was like, it kind of inspired me. Like, damn, like, man, like I see all these guys who get offers and everything like that, and I'm a late bloomer. And he tells me like, Coach Bronson and Coach Zeke, like I said, I wasn't highly recruited out of high school at all. You know what I'm saying? And he told me that USD, University of San Diego, right down the street also, in Linda Vista, they're really interested in you, but they're willing to give you a walk-on spot. And so for me, of course, I'm just excited. I don't know what that means. I'm just like, okay, that's cool, compared to what I know now with the current kids that I work with. I'm just excited, like, oh, that's D1. Like, okay, that a walk-on, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing that, and you got kids who got full ride scholarships, and the walk-on's not guaranteed. And my parents didn't have the money for, USD. That's a private college.
Private school, not a state school. Nope.
Exactly. And that's a lot of money, and my dad during that time, like I said, my parents weren't really, when it came to stuff like that, they weren't really, it wasn't like LeVar Ball. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't understand the blueprint when you have an athlete or a kid who might have potential, but which is fine. Like looking back, I would always kind of I would have resentment about that. As I was younger, but now that I'm older, I totally understand that, everybody's different. Everybody, my dad was all about making sure we had a roof around our head and paying the bills and making sure we were fed. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about that. You know what I'm saying? For him, compared to now, I work with kids where what I'm learning is the kids that are really going to make it that I work with, like the family's full invested. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, they got to invest in the trainer. They got to invest in the AAU, the traveling, the strength and conditioning coach, the nutrition. So I'm like, damn, we were so behind. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, when it comes to my childhood, again, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't highly recruited. I had the walk-on offer. I ended up going to San Diego Mesa College. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad said, you gonna go to that junior college right behind the backyard. You're gonna walk down the street. You know what I'm saying? And that was, you remember how it was in high school, like, oh, you going to San Diego Mesa College, you still in Kearney. You still, you know what I'm saying? You going to Mesa, you still there.
Yeah,
you know
right down the street. I was across the street from the rack.
Exactly. So of course you're thinking like, damn, I'm never gonna get out. You know what I'm saying? And so I go through that, man. I end up going to San Diego Mesa College. The coach really wanted, because of course they were recruiting me when I was at Kearney. You know what I'm saying? They knew who I was. I ended up going to San Diego Mesa College, junior college. And then that's kind of how things really kind of changed for me. My freshman year, I tore my ACL, MCL, PCL, my meniscus. I don't know if you remember that. You know what I'm saying? I was out 9 months of rehab. I had to take a medical red shirt, and then I finally came back. So I was in JUCO for 3 years. Freshman year, I couldn't get that year back because I got hurt in the middle of the year. I take a medical red shirt for my sophomore year. I come back for my third year. I wasn't the same player. You know what I'm saying? And then that's where the journey was just crazy. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna get into that.
We'll get to that later. But yeah. So that's I'll leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about from the childhood to getting to a point where I had to start making grown man decisions.
Absolutely. And mind you, for everybody, once again, it's my boy Mark Jeffries, mentor, trainer, coach, has his own brand, which we're going to get into, which is GGT, God-Given Talent, on the Work Hard, Play Hard podcast with your boy CD. I remember you playing, and I always tell people you was a nightmare to guard, just a nightmare, because you had it all. I couldn't stop you from doing nothing because I was just a little chair trying to guard you myself, and you just speak right over me, for sure. I remember your freshman year, and I remember you coming in, and I remember one play vividly. I'll never forget it. White boy drove the lane, and you blocked his shot so bad it went to the other court. I was like, this boy's going to be something. This is going to be, because at that time, one of the best players in the game was Destin.
Yes.
And Destin was cooking. And we was like, you was in 8th grade at the time, and Brandon was a freshman. And he was just cooking at 9th grade.
Lights out.
Lights out, right? So By the time we saw you, it's like, yeah, he up next. he up next. And
That's when I had the afro. That's when I had the fro.
yes, yes. And I remember you was hanging with Elijah at that time. You remember that?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
and then when you just came on the scene to Kearney High School, brother, it was just beautiful to watch you play basketball. It really was.
Appreciate you, bro.
Obviously, you were a guy that was versatile. You can shoot the ball, you can put the ball on the floor, you can get to the rim, and we knew that you was definitely up next, and you had much talent. And I was like, man, I can't do nothing with this dude. This dude is something else. I can't do nothing with. So it was just great to see you watch ball and great to see you play out your passion of basketball. And you talked about going to JUCO, but that's a great segue, MJ, because now you also play professional basketball overseas. Talk about your time
Yeah.
playing overseas, my man, and playing professional basketball. What did you learn from playing over there that you brought back to the States?
Man, getting that opportunity to play overseas was it was a dream come true, of course, because like I said, you get to a point where as you get older, you become more realistic. Like, we all want to go to the NBA.
Right,
That's the ultimate dream.
right,
Right. And of course,
right,
without the proper guidance, without the proper blueprint of how to actually get there,
right,
some of us decide to do other things. Where for me, again, like the passion started when I was in high school, where I was like, I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a
right,
way to go pro. I'm gonna do this, even through the injuries, even through the transferring to different schools. I didn't go to no big time college. You
right,
know what I'm saying? It was just me, going to tryouts, doing my research, finding an agent, and then from there, just having the opportunity to perform in front of general managers, scouts, so I can have a chance to get a contract. And when I was able to, my rookie year, it was 2011. My first year out, I played in the Philippines. Um, it was a it was a culture shock. It was a culture shock, and then of course it's the brand of basketball. It's physical, no
yeah,
blood, no foul. You know what I'm saying? And especially if they know you American. You know what
right.
I'm saying? Like I always say this to a lot of my players. My rookie year, my very first game, I got hit in the back of the head on purpose. I'm trying to box somebody out. Somebody knocks me in the back of my head. I look at the ref. He saw it. Didn't call anything. We come back down. We come back down on the next play. He tries to hit my balls. Like he was trying to go under. Yeah, bro. I'm like, what the, so of course in my mind, I'm thinking like, damn, do I retaliate? Like, I'm
Right.
not, but this ain't my country. Like if I retaliate, am I gonna get jumped? Like, so I'm like, dang,
Everything
bro.
right there, boy.
Yeah, man, like, is this a test? Because the referee sees it and he's
Right,
not calling it.
right,
Right. So, and I had to pick up on that because I seen a lot of Americans who go out there and they look at it as like, well, I'm from America, like they can't hoop out here, you know what I'm saying? And then they get a big wake up call, you know what I'm saying, and see that the game is different. There
right.
is politics, as we know. There's politics in every sport. There's
Without
politics in
question.
life.
Without question.
So imagine overseas. Imagine overseas. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And so I learned that quick, and I adapted to that. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that kind of helped me out from a physical standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Of like, okay, well, shoot, if this is the type of brand of basketball I need to play to keep a job, then this is what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? That's why it was always funny to come back home, whenever it was the off season and, play pickup ball at 24-hour fitness and you hear all these people call fouls. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here playing through shit, not even calling anything because shoot, over there, man, they try to knock you out. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So that was kind of funny, you know what I'm saying? But the experience for me, I played in Southeast Asia. I played in the Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Singapore, and Indonesia.
Wow.
And
Travel all over
so,
Asia.
yeah. And so that experience, like I tell a lot of my players, like that was my NBA. Like, that was for me to be able to wake up every morning and get paid to put the ball in the hoop. You know what I'm saying? I had a good 4-year stretch where I would wake up, go to practice, come back home, play 2K, go back to practice, play 2K. Oh, it's game day. Okay. Oh, it's payday. You know what I'm saying? Like that was, and I can only imagine for the players who play in the NBA, like to get paid millions of dollars and be at that level. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm like, well, show man, I'm out here in Singapore. Like this is cool. You know what I'm saying? Where you see all these, you see the LeBron James and you see the the Stephen Currys, but we'll get to that later because Wednesday's a
yeah.
big game. But anyways,
no doubt.
you see these type of players, and I'm just like, man, in a way that's kind of like, I believe that everything happens for a reason, and the reason why I went through my journey and me playing overseas, like I'm able to share my life experience and the things that I learned with the kids that I train now. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, and I feel like that's why I'm getting the results that I'm getting with some of these kids. You know what I'm saying? Because I already went through this shit. You know what I'm saying? Without any help. So the overseas experience really, really helped me from a standpoint of helping the next generation be better than me.
Right. I love that. I do, because you're paying it forward. You're going through your experiences, and you're also teaching them kids. And like I said, we definitely gonna get into that GGT stuff, because you are absolutely dedicated at what you do. There's no question about it. Some of those kids can hoop, and we're not just talking about the men. We talking about some ladies out there that can ball too. You teach as
Yes,
well.
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
no question about that. We're gonna ask some of your favorite things right now, my man. Favorite food to eat.
Pizza.
Okay, pepperoni, cheese.
It used to be pepperoni. I stopped eating meat, so I just eat cheese now.
Cheese, okay. Uh, favorite restaurant to go to?
Oh shit, restaurant. Damn. I got a Outback Steakhouse.
I like that. Okay,
Or it
okay.
used to be Outback Steakhouse. Like I said,
Outback Steakhouse.
I don't really eat meat that much, but I used to work there, so that used to be the spot.
That should be a spot. Okay, got you. Favorite genre of movies?
Mmm. Man, it has to be it has to be sports. I always say I love watching Creed and Creed 2. Every time I watch Creed, it makes me want to like put back my basketball shoes and try to go back overseas. So those type of movies, the coach, the motivational, inspiring sports movies,
Right.
those always trigger me.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Favorite music?
Ah, man, I'm still an R&B guy, man. You know what I'm saying? The baby making music, the slow jams. You know what I'm saying? So
you already got two of those, man. You already got two of them.
yeah. So that's still the go-to.
Okay, I like that. Okay. Favorite, I would say, video game to play.
2K. I'm still. I've been so busy. It's been a minute. I think the last time I played was 2K17, but I'm still a 2K guy. That's my thing. PS4, 2K.
I like that. Okay, last one. Favorite vacation spot to go to.
Oh man. When I was overseas, we went to this place in the Philippines called Boracay. It's, I think, like top 5 in the world when it comes to like beaches, white beaches, clear waters. So look that up, Boracay.
Okay.
Going into 2012, I celebrated New Year's 2012 in Boracay when I was overseas. That was one of the best experiences.
You gonna have to DM me that name, because I
Yeah,
like white
man.
beaches. That's for sure.
Got to. You gotta go. Gotta go.
I feel you on that. Okay. Now we talked about you playing childhood, obviously high school. You was a monster. Played JUCO, also played overseas. Now, when did you know? I gotta ask. When did you know it was time for you to kind of put the ball down and transition to this next level?
It's funny that you say that because I feel like, to be honest, well, I'm at peace now, but I feel like it's funny that you say that because I feel like I went through phases of that where I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like, oh, I want to play again. Okay, I'm done. Let me try it one more time. But for me, where it really kind of started slowing down was 2013 when I met my wife. I remember, I think I was overseas. I was overseas. I remember at one point I was out there for 2 years straight. I didn't even come home. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do I need to come home? You know what I'm saying? I'm having fun out here. You know what I'm saying? It was 2 years straight. Because a lot of players, during a season, a 5 to 6 month season, they'll come home, then they'll go back. I stayed out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was like, and so I remember when I came back home, I was like, all right, I need to go back home. I need to see the family. And I went to a club, San Diego. I don't know if you ever remember Stingery. It was a club in San Diego called Stingery. And I remember that's when I met my wife. And even then, it wasn't nothing serious. It's just, we met, had a good connection. I went back overseas, right,
Right.
to play another season. We stayed in connection. And like I said, I've had a couple relationships. I've talked to a few girls during the time when I was playing overseas, but it never was anything serious because of the long distance, because of my dedication to basketball, right? You know
Right.
how it is, at the end of the day, like if you're in a relationship, you got to commit to the relationship. And
You
just
do have
during
to
that
do
time,
it.
I was all basketball. So for her, she was in college during that time. Amy, who's my wife now, we stayed talking. She flew out there. I remember, like she flew out, and her parents did not want her to go out there to go see me because they never met me. They're like, why would you go to a third world country to go see a basketball player? You know what I'm saying? And as a dad who has a daughter, I probably said the same thing.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I remember she did. She went to go see me. And that's kind of like, it kind of opened up my eyes. It kind of changed things for me, knowing like, damn, like, wow, she came all the way out here. You know what I'm saying? To come see me, to come support me. She stayed out there for about 2 weeks, got to see what I did out there, got to experience a lot of things. And when she left, and I think during that time I just got traded. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, basketball, sports is politics, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes it can get to you mentally. And I was getting to a point where I was just like, man, it'd be nice to kind of settle down and kind of get
Right.
away from all this craziness. And I mean,
Right.
who knows? If I wouldn't have met her, I probably still would have been out there grinding. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But this is the reality. I am here now, and I'm
Right.
with her. So
Right.
that's when I kind of started going into that mode where, I'm cool with basketball right now, you know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of where it started happening for me.
I like that. I like that now that I like that you have that uncertainty. Because real warriors, man, they have that uncertainty. You know what I'm saying? They like, I don't know if I want to get this up. I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I want to
Yeah.
transition because
Yeah.
I love doing what I do. It's hard to say, you know what, I got to put the basketball down and I got to transition into something else, especially when you're really good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like myself, I was good for a time, but I knew when to put the ball down. I was like, yeah, it's not
Hey,
quite
that jumper though. Hey, that jumper though. Hey, man. Hey, you was like Draymond Green with a real jumper though.
I appreciate
I
that, bro. I
remember.
really do. I really do appreciate that. Also, gotta say, Brandon, say hello. We recently just had a link back up. Brandon, Destin, Evan,
Hey,
both of them say hello. So
hey, let's go.
see,
Okay.
I told them I was coming on with you, so I'll definitely tell them what's up. So yes, Evan
Hell yeah.
and
Tell
Destin,
him I said
they
was
say hello,
good.
no doubt. Now, obviously, I gotta ask this question because you talk about Amy, okay, meeting her. We know Amy's a Sacramento fan, and I love Amy. Amy's great. She just, and for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, Sacramento Kings, and we just advocated about Mark being a Lakers fan. So how is it being married to a Sacramento Kings fan?
Hey, I won't lie. There was in our early stages when we were dating, there was a point where we almost break up. We almost broke up because of an argument about that shit. Hey, that's how bad it was. That's on some real shit. Like we was like, damn, like that. Those are your true colors. You really talking to me like that? And
Right, right,
this was when we were dating. You know what I'm saying? Um, but it's good, man. I mean, it's fun. Like I said, Amy's very competitive as well. But to me, it's like deep inside, and all the world knows there's no competition. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even, why do I need to feel a certain type of way where at the end of the day, we got the trophies, you know what I'm saying? We are one of the not even just in basketball, one of the greatest sports franchises in history.
right.
So,
History of sports.
I'm not worried over here. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like, if we gonna have our little competitive back and forth, it's just,
Right.
I'm just playing along. I'm just playing along because they don't
I
really mean
understand.
nothing. You know what I'm
I
saying?
understand, because obviously Sacramento being way up in the north, Lakers being in the south, same
Yeah.
division, that old school rivalry of early 2000s.
Yes.
It was intense right there, no doubt
Hey,
about it.
what's funny is her family. they still hold on to 2001, 2002. That's all, you know what I'm saying? Like they still like, hey, that was our best season. Like, hey, we almost beat y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's kind of funny, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know,
Right.
I'm looking back and we just won a championship last year. We trying to get this back to back this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's them. That's them. So like I
Right.
said, there's no competition to me, but there's always
Now,
some shit talking here and there.
oh, absolutely. You definitely got shit talk. There's no question. Let them know where they stand. They the little brother, we the big brother. That's what it is. That's what it's always going to be. That's for sure.
Yep.
Now, you talked about Amy. You also talked about settling down. And we mentioned early on that Genesis, your beautiful daughter, and also MJ Jr., your lovely son. How has fatherhood and marriage changed you?
Man, it's changed everything. It's made me a better. It's made me better at my craft when it comes to the training and it comes to the mentoring. You know what I'm saying, with this basketball stuff. It to be honest with you, bro, like if I can go back in the past and kind of like change my mindset of who I was growing up from
Right.
high school to college to playing overseas,
Right.
after what I've already kind of experienced when it comes to raising a family, being a husband, going through the everyday ups and downs of that scenario of living life with your partner and trying to raise kids, I would have been more prepared. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of it is patience, a lot of it is understanding.
Right.
And so, you know, with sports, you know, they always talk about the mental, right? And that's something that I preach to my kids. And I truly believe that being a father, being a husband, has changed me for the best, because now I feel like as an athlete, I feel like you put so much pressure on yourself, you know what I'm saying, of expectations, of producing, of trying to make it. But when at the end of the day, when you come back home and you have a family, you have a wife that aren't going to judge you and that are always going to love you regardless,
Right.
that helps to the other stuff that you do. You know what I'm saying? Where you're like, well, shoot, this ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to answer your question, it's transformed me.
No, there's no question about it. And I can definitely see it has for the good. It's always good that when you have a ride or die with you, man. You know you're going to have some tough days. There's going to be some tough days in life, tough days training. You know, the kids are going to have some tough days. You're going to have tough days as well, but you get to come home and you get three people, your daughter, your son, your wife, that's always going to love you unconditionally through the
Yep.
tough days. Because all they see is daddy and all they see is husband, and that's it. And they just want to love you. So, no question about it. It definitely has transformed you. You're a hell of a father, hell of a trainer, hell
Appreciate
of a
it.
husband. There's no
Thank
question
you.
about that. I see that from afar as a brother in arms with you. So, I
Appreciate
commend
it.
you on that, bro. Really
Thank you,
good
bro.
stuff.
Appreciate
Now, it's time for some trivia. And this trivia game is called Showtime.
you.
And I
Okay.
think you know where I'm going, man. It's trivia about LA Lakers history basketball.
Let's
Now,
go. I got chills. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm going to ask you some questions,
All right.
okay? And, hey, you get two responses. Two responses. If they're both wrong, I'll tell you the answer.
All right.
Question one. The Lakers won 5 titles in the 80s. Name the 3 years they lost in the 80s.
Ooh, but they lost. I know 79. They lost in 81. No. Ah, shit. It wasn't 81. Damn. Okay. So there's
Boston
one.
won in 81. They didn't make they didn't. I'm talking about lost in the finals.
Oh, lost in the finals.
The
Okay, okay,
finals.
okay. Yeah, damn. Okay, so it wasn't 81.
No.
79. 80. Damn, that's not good. Okay, wait. Oh, that's 2 already, right? Damn.
I'll give
Okay.
you one more, MJ. Come on,
Okay,
baby.
one more.
They won in 80.
Well, the easy one, of course, 90. Well, no, you're saying only in the 80s, right?
80. In the
Ah,
80s. They lost
80,
3 finals in the 80s.
79, 81, 87, 88, 83.
Come on,
85.
baby.
85 is one of them. 85. Dang. Okay, I'm done.
All right, 85 is when they beat the Celtics. Here was the 3 years. They lost 1983 to the Sixers. Dr. J won his only title with the 4-4-4 Moses team. Then in 84, they lost to the Celtics. You remember, it took them to 7 games. This is the first time Magic and Bird played. And the last one was 89. Remember? Isaiah swept them.
Oh, my gosh, man. The 83 and the 84 is what hurt me right there.
It's okay. Hey, we got some more. You can redeem yourself.
Okay.
All right. This is going to be kind of a layup. What year did the Lakers win 33 straight games?
What year did the Lakers win 33 straight games?
Do you want a hint?
Yes, I do.
It was Jerry West's only title that he won that year.
Damn. Was that 71? 71? No?
The Bucks won in 71. They beat the Bullets. You're close.
So I get one more. 73. No?
No.
Damn. That's all.
You skipped it. It was 72. 72 was when they won 33 straight games. 73, the Knicks won. They beat the Lakers.
Oh, my God.
72, that's when the Lakers beat the Knicks.
Damn. This is all bad right now.
For 0 for 2, baby.
Damn. You're hurting my ego right now.
Here we go. Number 3. What year did Lamar Odom win 6th Man of the Year?
That was 07. No?
With the Lakers. No. It wasn't 07.
2011.
Ding, ding, ding. Yes, correct. 2011, he won. He won that.
Yes, 2011.
Back, baby. I love
it. I need some momentum.
Okay, here's a chance to get even, to square even. Number 4, in Kobe's tenure, how many times, that's Kobe's tenure from 1996 to 2016, his tenure, how many times did the Lakers lose in the first round of the playoffs?
Damn, how many times did they lose in the first round of the playoffs as a whole? I feel like the only was 2006 against Phoenix.
That's one.
Okay. Damn.
It's a total of 3.
Total of 3. Okay, so 06.
Yep.
I'm trying to go back to the most recent. I don't remember him any other time. 2011. No.
That was second round. So that's one.
Second round. Dallas. To Dallas, right? Yeah, that was so it has to be in the early days then. It had to be in the.
Remember, it's from 96 when he came to 2016. That tenure.
97 against Utah. 97.
No, that was in the
conference
finals. That was in the conference finals where they lost. I'll give
you
the last 2. The last 2 was 07. Remember, they lost back-to-back years in the first round of Phoenix. If you remember that.
06 and 07.
Yes. And then 2013, they lost to the Spurs in the first round when Kobe ruptured his Achilles. You remember the Spurs beat him in the first round.
Oh, my God. You're right. Well, after Kobe ruptured his Achilles, I stopped watching. God damn, you right about that. You right, 2013. Oh, my God.
All right, MJ, right now, baby, we 25%. We 1 of 4 right now. This is the last one, okay? And this is going to be a layup. You should get this one. Name the team Kobe outscored in 3 quarters.
Dallas.
Correct.
62.
Correct.
62. Damn. I was getting kind of worried right there. I was like, damn, I might be a Kings fan after all. God damn.
If you would have got that wrong, I would have told your ass you ain't no longer could root for the Lakers. This is for real.
Oh my God, man! Hey, you came out there with the detailed trivia. I was like, damn, okay. The 82, the 83 with the Dr. J. I was like, geez, man. I like it though. I like the way you challenging me. I like that.
Listen, you got to be on your Lakers stuff, baby. We Lakers fans, you got to be on.
Oh, you're right.
But now we come to talk about GGT. Okay, God-given talent. What you are doing now You know, we talked about everything coming up to this moment of you having GGT. First of all, talk about how did it start? What trials and tribulations did you face trying to start this brand up? Anytime that you try to start something up, it's always going to be some hit or miss opportunities. That's for sure. But talk
Yeah,
about GGT and what it means to you and how it started.
man, how it started, man. So GGT, this goes back to basically everything that we kind of talked about, like what you said about, you know, me deciding to hang it up or the basketball part. And I told you, like, it was always back and forth,
Right.
you know. But then, of course, when you have a family, priorities change. And when we left San Diego to move to Dixon, I had no idea that I wanted to be a skills trainer. I had no idea I wanted to start my own business. Like I said, to be honest, I was still selfish for myself. I still wanted to play.
Right.
And when we moved to Dixon, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I was 22 years old. I could pack my bag and go to a different country anymore. We got a wife and kids. And I was working for my uncle's moving job company out here in Sacramento for 9 months. The worst shit I've ever done in my life. One of the reasons why I am so dedicated and so grateful that I'm doing what I do now. For 9 months, my uncle, when I first moved out here to Dixon, from where Amy's from, you know, he helped me out to get a job, you know, to make some money. I was working for him, you know, and it was hard labor. You know what I'm saying? I was working with people. My uncle was hiring people, you know, with a job like that. You know, he was hiring ex-cons, gangbangers, you know what I'm saying? People who just need, you know, it was all under the table.
Right,
you know,
right.
For me, exactly. For me, he was trying to help me out. I'm the husband who got kids, former basketball player, and I'm out here, you know what I'm saying? Got people smoking weed on the job and, you know, just negative vibes and all of this. And it really kind of just affected me mentally to where I started becoming my environment, you know what I'm saying? And it affected family life, you know what I'm saying? Because I would come home grumpy, you know what I'm saying? Working a 10, 11-hour job, 3-story house. I'm like, what the hell am I doing?
Right.
And one of my boys hit me up. I play basketball with. He was like, yo, I'm about to do a camp. Or no, he's like, so I used to play in a lot of pro-ams. So he invited me to a pro-am in Chicago. He was like, yo, during the pro-am, I'm going to do a camp. I'm going to do a basketball camp.
Right.
I want you to be a part of it. You know, we can make some extra money. I'm going to cash you out. I'm like, hell yeah. All right, that's cool. So I do the camp. First time I ever did a camp, you know, I'm one of the assistant coaches, you know, and I see how they're running it. And I'm just like, you know, it was like 2 hours of camp and, you know, he made some money. You know, he cashed me out. I'm like, damn, I was like, you just put them through some layup lines and made them dribble the ball and made them scrimmage and all these parents are paying you all this money to do this? Like, what? You know, I'm over here moving furniture and what? Like, I'm like,
hell no, I'm ready to do something.
Yeah, so that's when everything started clicking for me. That's when the epiphany happened. That's when everything was like, wait a minute. If my boy is doing this, he's doing camps and clinics for all these kids. He's making this money. My mind's like, I'm about to remix this shit. Like, I'm about to do this shit my way then, right? And for me, it wasn't, okay, yes, I knew the money was going to be there. But to me, it was just another avenue to be close to the game. Like, well, fuck, like, okay, like, I don't got to leave my family. I can still, in a way, still kind of be close to the game, study the game. For me, you know, I'm always in the gym. So it's like, it gives me a reason to tell my wife, like, I'm going to the gym to work out because this is my job. You know what I'm saying? To work with the kids. And that's when everything started. Came back from Chicago, and that's when boom, boom, boom. Like, all right, I need my logo. I need a name. And you see a lot of trainers will always put their name on it, like Jordan Lolly Training, or, you know, they'll put their first name on it or their last name, you know, DJ Sackman Training. You know what I'm saying? Where I told Amy, I was like, I don't want this to be about me. I want something to be symbolic, right? So where it's not about me, you know what I'm saying? Because now, you know, I mean, you see people, they'll support people who got their names on their businesses, but you know it's different when it's like a sign or a symbol, right? Like this Nike sign, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? To me, the GGT, the hands with the ball, you know, or the GGT. Like I said, I got kids getting tattoos of GGT. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody gonna get a tattoo of Mark Jeffries Training on their body, right? You know what I'm saying? And then so I see these kids who are wearing my gear because they believe in what GGT stands for. They believe in, you know, what I kind of created. And so that was the idea. That was my mindset, was like, I'm going to go all in, and at the same time take the things that I've learned in my life. A lot of it too is just Kobe Mamba mentality, philosophy of some of the things that I started trying to do for me later in my career that I should have done earlier in my career, where I'm meeting all these kids and I'm influencing them. You know what I'm saying? And I tell Amy, where it's like, she don't like this word, but I think it's still kind of true. Like low key, like I be brainwashing these kids in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Like I, you know what I'm saying? Like I tell them, like, you said you want to go to the NBA. You say you want to go D1. These are the things that you have to do to get there, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So being able to do what I'm doing now, it's definitely, it's combined my passion and it's combined my purpose in life. Because basketball, and I say this now, basketball isn't my purpose. When I was young, I would think like that, like, oh, basketball, like this is all I need to do. Like I need to make it. Basketball is my passion. My purpose is living life and helping people, right? Like that's what, to me, if we're gonna, you know, we're not in this world forever, right? And if we are going to find true success in life, all the money, all the accolades are just going to come naturally when you are a good person and when you help other people become great. That's how I look at it, right? And so you're telling me that I can do this with basketball? Like, okay, then, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm putting all of it together to where now, again, like I know you kind of, you know, you've been watching from afar since day one. And I don't say this being cocky, and I don't say this being arrogant. Like, this is really easy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because like I know what I'm doing, and I know what it takes, because I've already went through the ups and downs. So when you get a kid who will listen to everything you tell them, you throw in some talent, you throw in some work ethic. All right, then now it's like, all right, how far are you trying to go? So that's kind of how that's what GGT is all about for me.
No, that's a terrific thing, and it's not being arrogant, it's not being cocky. You have to have a certain confidence and a certain humbleness to do what you do. You have a lot of talented kids that want to come out there and play, but you know, when I see you up at 4:30 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, I see them damn cones out there on the court, the kids dribbling and stuff like that. That's dedication, Holmes. I mean, I'll be damned if I got up there and do stuff like that. We'd be sleeping.
Hey, imagine if we did that before class in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, right? So
for you to be doing that with those kids is great. That's awesome that you started the brand. Of course, I wish it migrated over here to the South, because I definitely want to write a story on it. I do want to write a story on that for sure of GGT, because I think it's amazing what you do. You go to some pro-ams, the way you merchandise, the way that you support these kids, not just giving them the trades, my brother, but you also attend their games. You attend their games, you mentor them. You know, it's not a brainwash kind of thing in my mind. It's kind of a mentorship, what you do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you give them the tools, but ultimately all you can do is talk from the sideline. They got to go out there and put the work in, and they got to be able to want to put the work in when that dog dead ass tired. You know, even when they don't want to get up, and you there at the park waiting on them to come. And it's like, hey, if I'm willing to make the sacrifice, you got to make the sacrifice. But once again, I'm talking about being great. And you want to talk about being great too. So we can't just talk the talk, we got to walk the walk. I like that. I really do. Speaking of migrating over here, when you going to bring a camp over here to the ATL, man?
I was just about to say that too. I was like, man, we might have to throw something out there in the ATL. I got some connections too in the ATL. I know one of my college guys is a trainer out there. So that might have to happen, man. I might have to hit you like, yo, I'm about to be out there for a week, man.
Listen, hey, you know when you touch down, you know I got my own place. You know you got a place to stay. Ain't no doubt about it. If you need it, I got you. But you just let me know in time. You also let me know about the camp, because I definitely want to come to it and tell people about it, man, because you're one of the best trainers in the game. You know, West Coast knows about you. Dixon knows about you. And I'm sure the West Coast do. But in order to, I would think kind of you want to progress with this, you definitely going to have to go. I mean, Midwest know you too. You go out to different places as well. But the South,
Yeah.
when I say GTP, they like GT who? You know what I'm saying? So it's one of the things, man. Like eventually, come on over with here,
For
man. 'Cause
sure, man.
we will embrace you. There's no doubt
For
about it. There's some
sure.
hoopers out here too. There's some ballers out here
I
too.
already know. I already know. I know there's hoopers in the dirty South. I
You
already
already know.
know. I mean,
So
one of the things. Go ahead. Go
no,
ahead.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. What you gonna say?
I was gonna say, like, just touching base on what you were talking about of, hope, one day going out there to the South, like that is my bigger picture overall of understanding that I tell a lot of my kids that I work with, like, I don't want to be a neighborhood trainer for much longer. Like, I have bigger dreams as well. Like,
Right.
my goal is to help somebody get to the league. Like I want to not just one, maybe two or three. Like I have, like right now, I got 5 kids right now that I truly believe in that have the potential to
Mm.
make it. So my priority is to work with them to get to a point. Like, yes, I see the Phil Handies, I see the Rico Hines, I see these trainers who've helped, who have NBA jobs, they're working,
Yeah.
they're either coaches, assistant
Yeah.
coaches, player development, or they've helped players get into the league. And now, because of word of mouth, you know what I'm saying, all these NBA players want to train with them. But I understand from all the studying that I do,
Hmm.
it starts by helping one player, helping another player, right? Going through the grind. And then, like I said, to me, I'm not necessarily, of course, that's a goal, of getting to the NBA, whether that's helping a kid or a couple kids to the NBA or getting a job as a coach one day. I mean, of course, that's what I kind of strive for. Whether it happens or not, my thing is about the journey, just
Right.
every single day. And I know from afar, people are gonna notice, people are gonna watch, and once I help a kid get there to that next level, then it changes everything. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like, oh, okay, who's your trainer? You know what I'm saying? Or where are you from? So I truly believe that we're gonna get to that point where we're gonna be having GGT camps all over the Georgia, all over the ATL one day.
No doubt. And I'm definitely going to promote your name. There's no question about it. As one of the best trainers in the game, people are going to be able to see this through multiple platforms on my Spotify, on my YouTube page, also on my
Hey,
page, because they need to know who you are, brother. They need to know that you're in the West
appreciate you.
Coast and you're doing a lot of good work. You need to check out your page. Um, let them know. Let them know right now where they can follow you. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
man.
saying?
I have my business page at GGT Basketball. That's where, you know what I'm saying, you can kind of see everything from what I do with the training, the mentorship, the videos. I have my
Right.
podcast with my partner Chris Collins, at About That Life podcast.
Yeah. We're
We
going to get
talk
into that.
basketball. Yeah, we talk basketball. We talk AAU. We talk about what's going on in the world. And you can also follow me on my personal page at MJ underscore 24.
I love it. I love it. And those are all Instagram handles, I
Yep.
believe.
Yes.
And listen, he one of the best in the game, no doubt about it. You just mentioned about your podcast, About That Life podcast. Talk about when did that start up? Y'all
Man,
got a nice
so
little setup too. I like
yeah,
y'all
yeah,
setup as well.
that was we started that last summer. My good friend Chris Collins, he's a coach and director for AU for YBA Youth Basketball Academy in Sacramento. So
Okay.
they're like the top AU program in Sacramento, and it's crazy how things work. And like I told you, because of what I've been doing out here in Dixon in this small little area, because Sacramento's about 20-25 minutes from where we stay at. He saw my work, he saw what I was doing, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? And he reached out to me, was like, yo, I'm about to start this podcast. At first, I didn't really want to do it just because I was just so locked in with everything else I was doing. But
Right.
I knew that this was a great opportunity to build my brand, to help to have a bigger platform, and at the same time, just really just get a chance to, like what me and you are doing, talking the game that I love, you know what I'm saying? And maybe even inspiring or impacting more people. So yeah, man, it's dope. I enjoy it, and a shout out to my boy Chris.
There's no doubt about that. Now, I want to ask you about these 5 kids that you talked about because one of these kids named Myron Anthony. If I'm not mistaken, that's his name, Myron Anthony.
Uh, Myron Amy Jr.
Myron Amy. Okay, I knew Myron. Okay, my apologies. But this kid Myron can play. So now you
Yes.
can talk about the other four, but I definitely want you to talk about Myron. Number one, where did you find him? Number two, what do you think his potential is or his ceiling is?
So Myron, we call him MJ. He's a junior. So, which is
Okay.
crazy. I'm an MJ. My son is MJ. So
Right.
that's what I'm saying, man. There's some destiny shit going on. I don't know. So MJ, he was one of my original kids that I started, when I first started training. He's
Right.
about 15, 16 when I first met him. The thing that I noticed from him at that age compared to the other kids,
Right.
he was a dog. Like he no fear, fearless, work ethic, crazy work ethic. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, damn, like, why are you going so hard? You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, and you see all these other kids, you know what I'm saying? Where some kids might be talented, but they don't love it, right? And so that's what kind of made me look at it from my experiences of playing basketball from high school, college, and pros, where I'm like, wait a minute. Like, is this one right here? Like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Of course, a kid like that. There might be a lot of kids like that, but how do you direct them? How do you guide them? How do you teach them how to, okay, 3, 4, 5 years from now, when you're a grown man, you put it all together. And so with Myron, he's been kind of like in a way, I always say he's kind of been like my guinea pig, because he's like my first kid that going through all the trial and error from all the stuff that I've been studying to figure out, okay, how do I develop like a really good player? You know what I'm saying? And he's a really good kid. Like I said, the family's invested. You know what I'm saying? I'm really close with the family. And that's what makes it work. You know what I'm saying? Because the mom, the dad raised them. So they know him from a personality standpoint. So that's something that I need to understand, because it's not just the basketball. Like I gotta get my Phil Jackson on. You know what I'm saying? I gotta sit down, talk to them, get in their heads and understand.
Gotta get your zen on. Your zen.
Yeah, man. I gotta bring out their full potential. With MJ, as the years went on, he got better and better and better. You know what I'm saying? And then from a standpoint, from a local standpoint, he was the best kid out here. From a national standpoint, he still wasn't getting recognition because ain't nobody coming out to Vacaville to recruit anybody. You know what I'm saying? And so that's when the research and being strategic for me on my end, where I told his parents, I was like, well, I think he should go one more year of prep school, because he was only getting like JUCOs and D2 offers. I'm like, no, he's too good for that. You know, so and then I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with going to JUCO or D2. For certain kids, that is their limit. But for MJ, I was just like, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? Because he was a late bloomer. I was like, I got to connect. My old college teammate is an assistant coach at Scotland campus, one of the top prep schools in the nation. They're number 6. Let me make a call, right? And that's part of all of this. It's not just the training. It's not just the mental. It's not just, you got to know people. You got to build, you know what I'm saying? And especially for a kid like that, who's not ESPN ranked, who's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like a Damian Lillard, a CJ McCollum, a Stephen Curry, a John Morant, who comes out of nowhere, right? And that's how I perceive MJ. So going back to the other question of where do I see where this kid is going to go, sky's the limit, bro. Sky, to be honest with you, he's 18 now, right? We've been doing this for about 3 to 4 years now. He's 6'3", 6'4" now. You know what I'm saying? He got bounce. You know what I'm saying? He's shooting from NBA range now. You know what I'm saying? I can't guard him anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yes, it's the way he moved. You know what I'm saying? It's the way he moves. So it's like he go to San Jose State, offered. He only had 2 offers, 2 D1 offers. Wow. He got one from Maine and San Jose State. So of course, he wants to stay close to home. San Jose State got a new coaching staff. They play in the Mountain West. That's a top 10 league. San Diego State is the king of the Mountain West.
Yep.
So for him to be on this stage now, you know what I'm saying? He's going to be on TV. We get to watch him. This is everything that we've kind of already talked about. This is what I've been telling him when he was 15 years old, when nobody else was telling him. I was like, bro, you're going to make it. You're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Visualizing and manifesting everything that we've done. Because the way I do things, and I understand how coaches are, which is fine. Everybody does, a lot of coaches are realistic, right? Which is fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm a dreamer. You know what I'm saying? My mindset is, if we are there mentally, it doesn't matter if you fail or not. You know what I'm saying? It's the point of trying to chase perfection. No,
Right.
there's no such thing as a perfect basketball player. Kobe wasn't perfect. Jordan wasn't perfect. But what made them so great was because they were chasing it. They were trying to get as close as they could to it. So MJ is one of those kids who are so different from a mental standpoint that he's going to do whatever it takes. So in my mind, where he's at right now is exactly where he's supposed to be. And now that he's about to play, now that he's in college and he's at a D1 school and he's going to be on a platform,
Right.
we good. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna, the things that you see from Instagram, he's going to do that on the big stage, right? So now it's not just the kid from Vacaville, it's not just the kid from Northern California. I told him, bro, all you need to do is drop 30 against San Diego State and you on the radar. That's it. You know what I'm saying? BYU, give me 25. You know what I'm saying? Like I need that. So Myron is one, he's my top guy. You know what I'm saying? He's been with me the longest. And again, I got other guys, you know, the one who's right behind Myron, Jaden Alexander. I've been working for him for about 2 years. He's the one with the stupid bounce. He got like a 40-inch vertical. He got a man body. You know, he dunking on everybody. With him, it was just getting a jump shot. And we worked on that, but he's also there mentally. And that's the thing that I've learned with a lot of these. Like I have over 30 plus clients now, right? All of them aren't the same. Just being real with you. You know, not from a talent standpoint, from a work ethic standpoint, and most importantly, from a mental standpoint. They're all not the same, right? What is it? So they always say it's only 1% that make it to the NBA. There's only 400 jobs to play in the NBA. So you know that you got to be special, right? And the top 5 kids that I have, you know, is Myron Amy, Jaden Alexander, Kendall Allen, and then the 2 other kids that I also believe in that who have a chance, Tariq Johnson and Javon Blackmore. Shout out to them. Those are, even though I have over 30 clients, I'm gonna keep it 100. Those are the 5 that I feel that have every intangible, that have every chance of making it. But at the end of the day, like you said, they got to do it. They got to put in the work. They got to believe. So, but I'm very confident though, where we gonna be at in 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, this like I said, I had to ask about Myron. Now that you brought up Jaden, I have seen a little bit of video of him on your Instagram as well. Kid do have some bounce. He can get up. This is just about, like I said, staying motivated, staying focused. But this is what people need to hear, man. They need to hear this from people that have been in the professional field, people that have been a trainer, a coach like yourself. Like, y'all is not just about putting the ball in the basket. Once again, going back to what you said, it's about mental. Basketball is 80-20. It's 80 mental, 20% physically, because everybody is going to have the ability to shoot the ball, dribble the ball, God willing, nothing happens with their limbs. They're going to be able to have the opportunity to dribble, run, do all that. But it's the decision making. It's the mental, like in the decision making, not just on the court, but off the court, like you said, with your nutrition, with your discipline, and how you do things. And people really need to understand that, especially up and coming people that's going to look at this sit down between you and I. They're going to know that you're dedicated as a trainer, one of the best on the West Coast, but you're going to be expanding your thing and doing your thing. I got people all around that's definitely going to check this out in all of the U.S. There's no question about that. Now, we talked about everything else. Now we're going to talk about some Laker talk, man. We're in the 7th seed. We're in the playing game versus the Warriors. Winner gets the Suns. Suns have been playing very good. We know Chris Paul, every team he seems to go to, he improves that team. I like the Lakers' chances against the Warriors. I do. However, it's going to be a tough road for them to repeat because it's not going to be as easy as it was last year. They stormed through teams last year. And in the Eastern Conference, the Heat shocked everybody by getting to the finals. I don't think the Heat's going to get to the finals this year. I do think it's going to be either Philly or Brooklyn. Lakers' chances in the postseason. And also, give me your surprise team of the year.
So you want me to talk about the Lakers? You said the Lakers,
talk about the Lakers' chances in the postseason. How you think they're going to do?
So if LeBron and AD are healthy, You know what I'm saying? If LeBron and AD are healthy, I don't care what seed we're in.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? If they are healthy, I think what the other night LeBron kind of tweaked his ankle again against New Orleans, so that kind of scared me. He said he's fine, but if those two are healthy, I'm not tripping. If we're not healthy, well then shit, I don't know, because the Nets, you know what I'm saying? But if LeBron, and to me, to be real with you, bro, like it's crazy. Like I'm still a Jordan Kobe guy.
Right.
So LeBron is right there. I'm like,
Of
and I
course.
feel like this is like, I don't like the narrative for him. If he is able to win another championship through a play-in game, the 7th seed, they make it to the finals, they beat the Brooklyn Nets, which I expect them to come out. Okay, he's better than Jordan. I'm sorry. I'll bow down. You know what I'm saying? Like, what else does he have to do? So in my mind, as a Laker fan, as a Kobe fan,
Right.
if he does it, he's better. If he doesn't do it, I mean, I'm still going to be disappointed. But Michael Jordan and Kobe are still ahead of him. But I just feel like the way things are looking, like this looks like destiny. You know what I'm saying? If he's able to do it in his, you know, right now, I know in his mind as an athlete, he's being positive. He's like, this is what is supposed to happen. This is
Right.
what's meant to be. I'm going to do it. And I'm pretty sure he was thinking the same thing when they were down 3-1 against the Warriors, who were 73-9, and they came back and fucking won that shit. You
They
know what
did.
I'm saying?
They did.
So to me, as long as they're healthy, we're the best team in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? As long as we're healthy. The reason why we're the 7th seed is because we have not been healthy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
A lot of time.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I'm so happy that we are even in the 7th, we're in the play-in game. Like, cause it looked bad at first. I think we're on a 5-game winning streak, but
We are.
during that time when they were out, you know, I've been disappointed on Kuz, you know what I'm saying? I know we got Andre Drummond, but he's not somebody that's going to fucking take over a game for you.
Nope.
So to have them both back, Wednesday is going to be a fun game, but I expect them to win that game. Because I think, I don't know, but I don't know if you know, but whenever Stephen Curry play against the Lakers, or when KCP guard him, and I'm not saying KCP is the Curry stopper, but if you look at those numbers, he struggles against the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you can check that out later. But KCP be locking him up. You know, so we'll see. But this is a different Stephen Curry right now.
Without question.
But the other question of you said the surprise team. Man, the surprise team. Who's been playing really? To be real with you, bro, I really like Utah. They're the number 1 seed, and everybody ain't talking about them. And I feel like they're like a perfect basketball team. When you look at them, like everybody plays their role. Everybody does everything right. They have their superstar. They have their solid point guard. They have their rim protector. They have they have Jordan Clarkson, who fucking is 6th man of the year. You know what I'm saying? They got Ingles, who's 3-and-D, right? Like there's no, of course, they don't got the LeBron, the KDs, the Hardens, but it's like they're still the number 1 seed for a reason. And so and it's crazy to say that to me that they're going to be the surprise team. They're the number 1 seed.
Right, because they're the number 1 seed, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's because they're not the sexy pick, right?
Right.
So I think that would be my surprise team, is the Utah Jazz, who's also the number 1 team.
I would definitely agree with a lot of what you said about the Lakers. If LeBron maybe is healthy, yes, I do think they'll go far in the playoffs. They're experienced. They know how to win, regardless of who they're going to play. Now Phoenix is going to be a tough out because Chris Paul's a bulldog. There's no question about that. But I do think the Lakers will be able to win 3 series on the road. It's going to be tough. But I do think that they will be able to do it. My concern is versus the East, because Philly and Brooklyn are really tough. You got Harden, Kyrie, and Durant all playing at their best. That's a monster to stop. There's no question about that. My surprise team is here in the A. It's the Hawks. There's no question about
it. Oh, the Hawks. Okay. But they're playing against the Knicks, right? First round, Knicks.
They are, yes. And definitely the surprise team in my mind. Hawks only won 29 games last year. This year they win 41. If you remember, they started off bad. They was in a
Yeah.
losing record, and they fired Lord Pierce. They switched to
Right.
Nate McMillan. They skyrocket,
Right.
and they go up. So them being the fifth seed, I think they're going to beat the Knicks because I think they're a better team than the Knicks. Now they'll probably get slaughtered versus Philadelphia because they just don't have a matchup with Embiid and Simmons.
Yeah.
They don't know how to match up with those two. But
Yeah.
I do think the surprise team is the Hawks.
Okay.
I have the Lakers reluctantly making it to the finals. Um, but if it's not the Lakers, I would probably pick Portland.
Portland to make it to the finals.
Yeah,
Okay. So what do you
because
think about the Clippers?
no, I, I don't like the Clippers are too inconsistent because
Yeah.
Kawhi, he's good, and Paul is good,
Yeah.
but they're missing bigs,
Yeah.
and they're going to have some problems in that Dallas series because if you remember, Dallas gave them problems last year without Porzingis. Now Porzingis is playing; he's healthy.
That's true.
They're going to have some problems in that series. Now, will they get past them? Sure. Now, the number one team in Utah is definitely going to give them some problems because Utah last year didn't have Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich is the difference. He's a
That's true.
guy that can spread the floor. Ingles can go to the bench. He didn't have to start. Mitchell's going to be healthy. He hasn't played in a while. He's going to be fresh.
Yep.
They got a tank down there in Gobert, and they don't.
Yep.
The Clippers, they just don't have size. They only
Yeah.
have Ibaka, and
Yeah.
Zubac, and that's not good enough because Ibaka's
No,
not a
it's
true
not.
center.
Yeah. It's
So
true.
that's
Very
just
true.
me. That's just me and my take on it. But I'm rooting for the Lakers, baby. I know you are too.
Hell yeah. We got this, man. Starts Wednesday.
It does.
Wednesday's the warm-up game.
That's true. True enough. True enough. Well, MJ, it's been good, man. Have you on this podcast, baby. The Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's been awesome. Episode 4. Y'all listen. This is gonna be on Spotify. It's gonna be on many platforms, YouTube, my page. Come in the coming days, no doubt about it. Now, I end every interview like this. Is there anything else you would like to add before we conclude?
No, man. If anything, man, I just want to thank you, of course, man, for all the support that you've had for me, from since high school till now. I
No doubt.
love what you're doing. You know what I'm saying with you in a way maximizing your God-given talent. You know what I'm saying. So a lot of respect. You know what I'm saying what you're doing. I'm a big fan. As the years go on and we go through our journeys, you already know I'm always be here, bro, for anything that you need.
I appreciate that, man. I really do, and I'm gonna continue following your GGT journey, man, and those players. Y'all got to check them players out, man. Myron, Jaden, especially, and hopefully more clients come, man, and understand the caliber of trainer that you are, and the coach
Thank
and the
you.
mentor that you are, brother.
Appreciate you, Chris.
Peace. Have a great Monday night, and we'll be in touch, baby. You take
All
care.
right, then, Chris. Appreciate you, bro.
No doubt, all the time, brother. I'm
All
out.
right.